and then let's get the swinging over to one side, reaching, and then maybe a little bit of a side bend also there. Long, deep breath. Inhale, and then even longer exhalation there. Good. And then what I'm trying to work on with this one is just getting a more and more side bend. So that's what I think the goal is with that. So that you're kind of stabilizing your hips by getting really wide here, and then just getting your right here, your lats and your thoracic spine, I was gonna say. And then breathe, and there we go. All right, and the other side here. But yeah, I'm definitely still in leftover land. We're just about finishing up here. Let's get the other side. So I think our final leftovers was this like super tasty rice porridge, which I'm in love with. I could do that all day, especially on these cold days like today. Cold to some though, cold for us Californians now. There's a few people coming around the gym here that are coming back from several places, like with real weather, like Maine and the East Coast. That's no good. All right, here we go. Let's get the cat camels going. If I can have you guys on your hands and knees here. You want the index finger pointed straight ahead, toes tucked if we can, hands right underneath the shoulders if you can see that, and then flexing. So you're tucking the chin, driving the hips underneath, getting the head down, and then extending, bringing the head up as much as you're comfortable with here, and then just alternate or reverse that position. Inhale here on the flex, and then exhale on the extension, aka the camel, the cameo, the cow. I think everyone's in agreement this is a cat, though. We all got that down. A couple more here. And exhale in there. All right, good. And this is good transition right from that to a child's pose here. So kind of hands reaching forward, butt back. I like toes pointed or plantar flex, but you can go still tucked or dorsiflex there. As far as reach out, butt back as much as you can, arms out as much as you can, and then sit away from that side. And then breathe it out once you're there. So you're trying to get some feedback from your knees and thighs here once you take that long inhalation. Do you feel your stomach pressing against your knees or your thighs? And then move down. So that's a good thing if you do. And then try to reach across to one side. So hand over hand, we'll call it. And then you'll get a little bit more of a stretch on the lat that's reaching across. A couple deep breaths once you're there. Good, and then we'll swing it along here, the other side. So lat stretch, and then if you can, let's go elbows down on the ground. We'll call this a turtle here. If the elbows are on the ground, still toes tucked or flex, whichever you're more comfortable with. Keep switching between those two. One hand behind the head or on the ear here, and see if you can rotate your elbow towards the ceiling. So you're going up and then back down. So it's a little bit of work here. If it feels uncomfortable, put it behind your head. You can go across your chest. But the idea is really just to turn your torso, your upper body towards the ceiling. If you can, try to use the head to also help you guide or rotate. Inhale and then exhale. So the benefit of doing this way is that you're getting your upper back, your thoracic spine to open up, which you can do like the open books, which we will get to, but this way it really locks down your lower back, so we're not really getting any of that. So we'll call this one the moose antler. Inhale and exhale. All right, here we go. Other side there. It's about 4 or 5 reps per side. Elbows down, hand behind the head there. Rotate up, rotate down, inhale and exhale. I would do a moose sound, but I'm not familiar. I'll have to Google that later. I'm sure it's pretty great. There we go. The only moose sound I know is the bullwinkle so far. All right, let's get one more there. All right, we'll come back and revisit this position here, but get a couple different stretches. But if you guys can go in the half kneel, the hip flexor position here. So we'll call it like a low lunge also. So toe tucked, hip tucked underneath, crunch it down, lean in, hold 3, 2, 1, and come back out. You want to just keep working on, crunching your ribs down, keeping your abs on or activated, and keeping your butt tight or on or activated, and leaning in and back here. If that bugs your knee at all, then you can stand up, do the same thing in a high lunge. Sometimes usually I'll take care of it, but generally be deeper in this kneeling position. And if you even need it deeper than that, then getting this back foot elevated would be another option there. But breathe it out. You can add a little bit more by getting your arm to reach up on the same side that's stretching there if you get the balance, and then even maybe some side bend there. And then from here, you can almost rotate, open, turn. So I'm a big fan. I mean, I think everyone's body's a little different, right? So it'll stretch a little differently here, and just finding what feels best or moving around in those positions, I think is good. And connecting with that. And that's always the breathing. Let's go and switch sides here. Same thing, other side. I'm just going to pivot around here, but you can just switch legs, toes tucked, bring underneath. As far as your stance, right? You just don't want like a crazy narrow stance, which isn't bad, but I mean, give yourself a little bit of balance. Once you have that, a little bit open is fine too. And then tuck under. Then you could lean into it, get that reach, find the side bend, use something if you needed to stabilize. That's definitely perfectly fine. Almost helps sometimes. And exhale here. All right, we're almost there, folks. One more month, and we got the bad juju out of this year here. 2021, exciting stuff there for sure. All right, good. And let's see if we can go from that into thread the needle. So we're back in that all fours position. Reach out maybe a little bit more with the arms. Pick a hand, any hand. This is my left hand, and it's going underneath and through my right arm. It's reaching as far as you can. Then you want to get your butt back a little bit. Once you reach as far as you can and almost like pull or lean away, then you're going to feel maybe a little bit of a shoulder stretch here. From here, you can go ahead on the ground. You can keep it up, go on the elbow, but you're just trying to feel a shoulder stretch right here in your rear delt. And it's kind of a little bit of the opposite of the moose antler we were doing there, right? Where we're rotating up, we're flexing down. Deep breath, 1, 2, 3, and then let's switch sides. Same idea. Butt back, thread that needle, run it through. Long and deep, breathe, and then lean away. Good, keep the breathing going. All right, very nice. All right, and let's get one more child's pose stretch here going, but this one is going to be palm face up. So you're really reaching out with one arm and then sit away from that side. So we're really getting a big shoulder lat stretch here. And then if you have that down, almost think about lifting that shoulder off of the ground there. And that'll activate those muscles in your upper back that help extend or actually flex that shoulder to lift. Let's get both sides. So reach out, palm face up, sit back away, and then breathe it out once you're there. And then try to lift off and extend or flex. Straight elbow, though, that's what you're focusing on. Really that straight elbow and lift. All right, nice. Let's take it down to the ground here. I'm going to try to have everyone side line here. We'll go for that side line open book. I need a sip of water here. Water in quotations. All right, here we go. Both legs straight or stacked. And then see if you can bring that top leg over 90 degrees. Once you have that, you can bring both hands together. And then rotate, turn. That's that open book stretch. Go as far as you can. If you can, try to almost get that hand or towards the ground, or even think about getting the shoulder blade towards the ground as much as you're comfortable with. If you feel some shoulder pain or anything there, bring that arm across your chest or your ribs, and then just turn with the upper body. And that'll be get 90% of what we're trying to get done here. But it's chest, it's shoulders, it's upper back that we're trying to get there. Feel free to do a few reps, or just even once you get there, just hold. But try to keep your knee as close to the ground or on the ground if you can with it up at 90. So I like to use that top knee in the hand position just to kind of pin that right on top there. Once you're there, breathe it out. So I'm trying to use about 5 breaths here per stretch. As or hold. There we go. Good stuff. All right. I'm going to turn on you guys here, but I'm going to rotate and be looking right at you. So we're stacking our feet, lying on the side, bring that top knee up. About 90 degrees, we're in line with the hip, and then big turn with that shoulder hand. I think looking at your hand as you're turning tends to help. All the things being equal or feeling fine with the neck. And then breathe it out. If it feels a little bit tight or uncomfortable in a stretchy kind of way, then get that to open up there. All right, let's go for one more big deep breath there. All right, awesome, perfect, folks. We got it. All right, so we go face up here, legs straight out. Let's get one knee in towards the chest, other leg is on the ground, hands on the hamstring. If you rather do like a rope around the midfoot, that's fine, and just bring it straight up there. That works. Otherwise, hands behind the hamstring or the back of the thigh here, and then kick up, extend, hold, 3, 2, 1, and then back down. And really try to work on reaching through that heel here as we go up. Active foot on the other side, which means just keep that straight. Kick through with that heel. Very nice. Long inhale, and then even longer exhale if we can. Good stuff. Getting it going. All right, one more here. All right, other side here. Same thing here. Drive that knee in, other leg straight on the ground, holding that hamstring, toe flexed on both sides, so not pointed, but flexed. Extend, kick, 3, 2, 1, then we're back down. Very nice. There we go. Good stuff. Inhale and even longer exhale. Very nice. All right, one more there. Perfect. We got it. Nice. Let's see if we go both knees in towards the chest there. Just hugging it. We could go even for like a happy baby, which is grabbing the ankles there, whichever one you're comfortable with. So just knees in towards the chest or ankles in towards the chest, still in that face up position here. A few deep breaths there. 3 to 5. All right, perfect, good. And then if I could have you go, let's go into that 90-90 position. So we're kind of getting a big position switch here. So this is going to be more kind of similar to a pigeon. You're bending your front leg, almost making your shin parallel with the front of your mat if you have a mat, and that back knee or back leg also kind of trying to get that 90-degree position here. Once you have that set, posture up as much as you can, lean into that front leg, and you should feel the glute on that side. If this feels uncomfortable or not quite getting the right stretch there, you could always go for the true pigeon stretch here with that back leg straight. That's fine too. And if any of these are uncomfortable on the knees or hips, you could always go for that cross leg stretch, that figure 4 on your back there too. So any of those are all achieving close to what we want here. But if we have that 90-90, we're leaning in, breathing. You're trying to really go into that hip there. And you're kind of hinging forward. And if you have a forward fold, or if you can get the elbows down or reach there, that's perfect. Good. But keep breathing it out there, just as long as it's in that stretch zone for you there. All right. Good stuff. All right. Let's see if we can switch it up here. Other side there. Still using those 5 breaths per side. So line up that knee and then shin in line with the mat here. Back knee, trying to get 90 degrees with that leg too. Then leaning into that front leg. You can go hands on the outside or reaching forward so that you're hinging forward towards that front knee or leg there. Perfect. Very nice, folks. Hope you guys all got some good Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals. Even though I think the whole idea with all that stuff is that it's just running all the time now, but still some good stuff. I got some fitness stuff, of course, some and wine, of course. So all just the important things. Always on the lookout. All righty, here we go. Now we got the 90-90 here. We got a little bit of options here. So plank to down dog is what I'm thinking, right? So straight arms, straight legs, pike it up. If the hands or the wrists feel a little bit cranky, elbows is fine. And then once you're here, you feel free to just hold up there for a little bit, right? If you want to stretch the hamstrings, stretch the calves, walk the feet up a little bit. I think this position is really valuable to get the calf stretch, get the hamstring stretch, and then right back down to that plank here. So just kind of your option as far as how long you want to hold the top here. But if you want, you can follow along here. So we're walking up, hips up, heels down. Breathe in, say 3 deep breaths at the top. And then 1 more there, and then walking the feet back down, driving those hips down, squeezing the butt, squeezing the abs. Nice long spine is the cue here. And then 1 more here. Let's try to hit it here. Once you're at the top, you can also hit the or do a pedal, which brings 1 knee down as the other heel still drives towards the ground there. That's usually helps you emphasize the side that's not bent, right? So that you can really get that calf stretch on the particular side. All right, excellent. Back down to that plank hold. 3, 2, 1. All right, see if you can do a slow lower or drop the knees, up to you here. Depends on how much work you want to get here. And then glutes tight, abs tight. This one, just be aware of your extension on your spine, right? You do want to think glutes tight. I like toes pointed. And then you're extending up here to the elbows. And if your back's okay with that, if you feel a light stretch in your front of the hips or in the chest, that's good. And if you can, if you tolerate more extension here, you can press up into that cobra. Drive the hands to the ground, shoulders back and down. A little bit of a side to side there. And then repeat here. We'll get 3 of those here. So you're extending up, breathing. Hold. 3, 2, 1. And then we're back down. Very nice. Good. Glutes tight, toes pointed, chest up. And then what I'm trying to do more now is just integrate, the head into it, meaning looking up. So you have a little bit of a cervical spine, your neck involved there, and then back down. All righty. Good stuff, folks. Let's see if we get you right from that. Let's sit back. If you can, try to turn the hands. It's going to be more of a forearm stretch. You're turning your hands or fingers towards you, as much as you're comfortable with here. From there, rock back. When you have that, you'll feel a stretch in the forearms. If it feels really tight, that's okay. Just kind of hang in there. And if it feels painful, then don't hang in there, kind of sit up. And I would recommend, just doing the same position, just lightly pressing back with your own hands, or you can just do this if it feels more comfortable. Just using the ground is a little bit more, it's a little bit more aggressive, right? Since you're using the ground to press against your fingers there passively, right? But you could also actively, right, press into the ground, and so that'll usually help that release a bit, right, or relax. So if I'm like just as if I was pressing into my hands here. But keep using the breathing there. Hopefully that feels good. All right, let's turn the hands back the other way, so where the index fingers are pointed straight ahead to the top of the mat. If you can, right in this all four position, see if you can dial your elbows in. So I'm doing this kind of motion like that. So my elbows are dialed in, and then I want you to shrug up as much as you can. So you're going shoulders towards your ears and then pull them back down. Shrug and then pull. So very light stretch, but just more shoulder mobility in terms of like your shoulder blades, because your hands are going to be fixed, but you're moving your shoulder blades up and down. And then you could even kind of get like a circle motion going there. But if you can shrug up and shrug down, that's really the only thing I want you to do. But if you can, almost getting that circle motion is a good thing, keeping the rest of the spine relatively stiff. So it's as if I was doing this, right? Up and down, and then I'm doing, some kind of backwards dance move here. All right, perfect. Good. Let's shake that off there. Let's see if we go into a kind of like a greatest stretch here. So it's 1 foot forward, 1 back, or a Spider-Man stretch here. And then you're going hands right on the inside of your leg there, right? So once you have this established here, you can go back leg straight or back leg bent, whichever one you feel best with. And then when you have that and you have that lean, then rotate towards that same side that leg is for. So you're here, you can go elbow down, rotate, inhale, and then exhale here. Let's get 8. All right, it's going to switch sides there. Yeah, so usually for the different sides of our family, we do like a Secret Santa kind of deal, or kind of a white elephant kind of deal. We should get the hands on the inside. But this year, both sides or all sides, we're doing like a charity giving thing. So if you guys have any good ideas here, maybe at the end you could share. I did my Movember charity thing already. That was where I just used the Movember Foundation as an excuse to grow a mustache, and I've been able to keep it. Each day is a struggle. Inhale and exhale.
I thought you'd used a Sharpie.
Just it's not to keep it. It's to keep somebody special, somebody from harassing me about it. But we found a good deal. So I think she just says she just removes 1 hair per day that it stays. So I don't know. I feel like at the rate of growth versus removal, I think we'll be all right here. It's just more the unexpected nature of it that's tough for me. Let's get the hands right behind the head. It's gonna be standing, seated, shoulders back and down, and then right there, and then get that head tilt. So we work the upper traps here. Those shoulders. If you feel like you're still a little bit shrugged or tight here, then I like shrug it up and then pulling back down. Then keep that head tilt. There you go. So we'll kind of go all directions of the neck here. Start with that side bend, both sides there. Get the other side. Inhale and exhale. All right, and then we'll go chin down there towards the ground. So you're still keeping your posture. So that's why I like the hands behind the back. I mean, you can have them right at your side, but for me, this helps me kind of set my shoulder and stay tall even when I bring my head down, so everything doesn't come down at the same time. And let's go head up and back too, if you can. Again, stay away from the painful positions, but if it just feels like a stretch, just try to hang in there and breathe through it. All right, and then let's go head tilt and then chin up. So now you're kind of emphasizing your muscles in the front of your neck here, going across and down. Good. I like calling those the phone muscles. All right, and then we'll go straight ahead here. You can keep the hands interlocked right at your side, and then you can go turn one direction as much as you can. So you're trying to look over to one shoulder here, trying to get that chin across. Breathe. Good, and then both ways here, chin across. And breathe. A couple more there. And breathe there. Very nice. All right, good breathing exercise there. We'll finish off with just a little bit of shoulder work here. So again, this can be standing or seated, whatever you're more comfortable with, or even just like an on one knee. But I'm just going in this position just for sake of the camera and everything that I'm at here. So let's just do a little bit of shoulder rotation. So you just go in one arm. I like the other hand across the stomach, just so you can stabilize and think that you're staying in one spot. Thumb up and back away from you. And then you want to turn. You're internally rotating, which means if my thumb's going back away from me, then I'm going to turn it all the way in, like I'm turning a dial, or spilling some water or some whatever I have in my hand here, and then I'm going to circle all the way around. Right, so it's thumb back, and then when you're at the top, keep turning, spill a little bit, come all the way around. So there, find that resistance point, and the hands are here so you feel it, when you want to extend back, you keep yourself engaged and crunch down. So we're just getting a shoulder rotation here. And then we can get the speed going a little bit more. So one of these trainings I did, they recommend doing these every day. So we're going to the other side. So they call them controlled articular rotations. So just means you're taking your shoulders into these rotations and kind of just, checking out, finding those sticky spots, seeing how it feels. You could do this with almost every joint here, your neck, your shoulders, your shoulder blade, your hips. All right, one more there. All right, hope we can shake that off a little bit there. Good stuff. Hope we feel feeling good. I'm always happy to take stretching